Shalom. All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great Millstone. Shalom to the elect. Ba'Shem Rachak Wadash. My name is Yaakov from Plaintables Camp. This is a great example of why Babylon, America has to go. And this proves that we don't live in a just system. You know, America's main thing, the main desire is you make money here, but the taxes are high and the laws are draconian. All right. It says grandfather suing Sunglass Hut following arrest. Let's listen in.
Harris County in 2022, but that's just where the story begins. Fox 26's Anthony Antoine spoke with the victim's lawyer. He joins us now with those details. Anthony.
Well, faulty facial recognition software is at the heart of this case. 61-year-old Harvey Eugene Murphy Jr., a grandfather, was taken to jail because the technology pinned him as the primary suspect for that robbery. But according to the lawsuit, he was taken to jail, and in a matter of hours, he was beaten, raped, and then released. And now, years later, he's suing. On January 22nd, 2022, this Sunglass Hut on West Gray in Houston was...
Yeah, you heard right. He was beaten, raped, in prison because of cameras said that he was likely to have committed this robbery, which is insane. So you go into these any store, and they have the little green boxes around your face and around different objects tracking you. Those images are stored on a database and then cross-referenced against other databases. All right, you don't know where that information is going. Every store that has cameras, the big box stores I'm talking about, and the smaller stores if they have the technology. All right.
Was robbed by two armed men. The employees inside were threatened at gunpoint and taken to the back of the store while the suspect stole money and several pairs of glasses.
Sunglass Hut may not have access to facial recognition software, and so the documents show that they took the video to Macy's, who then used his features to determine that he was the one that had robbed the Macy's before, and identified him as Mr. Murphy and told Sunglass Hut.
Daniel Duco, the lawyer for 61-year.
So he was put in the system by software. All right. So this is how they're gonna try to round us up. This is how they're gonna test us. Our faces are already in the database very clearly, and all they had to do is put a warrant out for your arrest. So they're going to say how he got arrested. Let's see here.
Year-old Harvey Eugene Murphy Jr., who is from Houston, says his client was in California at the time of the crime. Murphy Jr. eventually moved back to Texas for work in October of 2023.
And he goes to the DMV to get his driver's license renewed. And the police officer comes from around the counter and puts handcuffs on him and arrests him.
So there you go. So we live in a state where everything is connected, and they're trying to get internet in rural areas, like the country areas where the farms are. They're trying to bring internet there. Let's see if they ever actually successfully do that. But he was getting his driver's license renewed, and this as soon as he put his numbers in, warrant for your arrest. According to what this lawyer is saying, this attorney here, he was getting his license renewed, and they immediately can tell whether you have a warrant for your arrest.
And he goes to the DMV to get his driver's license renewed, and the police officer comes from around the counter and puts handcuffs on him and arrests him. And he goes to the DMV to get his driver's license renewed, and the police officer comes from around the counter and puts handcuffs on him and arrests him.
And that was the beginning of a life-changing ordeal. Murphy was taken to jail for multiple felony warrants for the robbery at the Sunglass Hut. Court documents suggest the store employee was also prepped by the company and identified Murphy as the robber, with facial recognition playing a key role in his arrest. Murphy gave officers his alibi. It checked out, and he was told he would be released.
While he was being held in jail.
Right. So they had a stooge, a demon, prepped, but to keep your job. First of all, I'm not identifying anybody in a damn lineup, all right, for no damn fucking Sunglass Hut store job. You out of your damn mind? All right. If you have cameras, you identify the damn person. All right. If my alibi checked out, I shouldn't even be in jail. All right. I should be detained. Sure, I should be detained, but I shouldn't be go to prison and wait. I should be locked up, maybe at the police station, but not go to prison until the weekend or whatever the process is, on software and somebody's statements. And okay, well, I wasn't there. I don't shop at Sunglass Hut, but the thing is, they're wicked and evil. And their intentions are to put charges on you and to make you a ward at a state so they can extract money from you. So they can take whatever amount of time they need based upon how they feel the time and whether they can make you confess to something. All right. So this is a wicked, demonic, evil country we live in. But you can make money here. If you use your brain, you can make a lot of money. That's the only thing that's good. You can make money. But it's an evil, demonic place. If you in the wrong place at the wrong time, you can get destroyed.
He was going to use the restroom. He was beaten, sexually assaulted, raped.
Because of the nature of the alleged crime, lawyers say Murphy Jr. was put alongside violent criminals. 3 men followed him to the bathroom and raped him with a shank pressed against his neck. He was released and the case was dismissed. He is now suing the parent company of Sunglass Hut and Macy's for using the facial recognition software that led to his false imprisonment. The dangers of using this technology is also outlined in...
He should be suing the police department too. Because you can't, if he has an ally, you can't deprive, well, in America you can. They deprive someone of their liberty and safety because of software and someone's testimony. And it said he was prepped in the beginning, or he or she was prepped. It's probably as a woman. I don't know if this was a Jake. It probably sounds like a Israelite, but I don't know. It doesn't really matter. The point is that they use technology to place him at a crime that he was never at.
Court documents.
I know for a fact that studies have showed that African Americans have a high rate of false positives based on facial recognition software. I also know comparing people who are older with pictures of other people when younger. So age gaps have a very high rate, up to 90%. Age gaps have a very high rate, up to 90% of false positives.
According to his lawyer, Murphy has long-standing physical and psychological injuries, and he is now coming forward to raise awareness and hopefully prevent this from happening to someone else. Now, I want to note here the Houston Police Department and Harris County is not named in this lawsuit. It's a long list of people here, and they're not one of them. Murphy's attorney also believes the parent companies for Macy's and Sunglass Hut are the real people at fault here, and they are suing for $10 million. We did our due diligence. I reached out to Macy's. They say, quote, "We have no comment on pending litigation."
Yeah, I definitely would have named the police department in that suit. Definitely. It's evil to charge someone with a crime that you can't indefinitely prove and then throwing them in population. That's demonic. All right, so I looked up, I was thinking about Revelation 18 down here, slaves and souls of men. And I also looked up other countries invested in United States private prisons. So let's look at this. Yes, some countries have invested in private prisons in the United States, including the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation Trust invested $2.4 million. And this is only what we know. This is just a quick search. I'm sure there are hundreds, if not thousands, of contracts that other countries have in the United States. All right, with their either prisons or businesses. Invested $2.4 million in UK-based private security company that operates juvenile detention centers in the U.S. and $2.5 in a military contractor. $2.5 million in military contractor. All right, so other countries have companies operating inside the United States. All right, this is why John said this, that and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication live deliciously with her. That they have businesses here. They're running companies. They're making a lot of money. Shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. Let's jump down. And cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men. Because other countries are invested in the prison system. Whether it be security, building, technology, food. All right. There's a lot of German companies that are operating in America that own grocery stores. Collect those up. All right. So when America is totally burnt to nothing and set on fire, they're going to be extremely, they're going to lament. They're going to be angry. Because they can't make money anymore off of other products that they sell and trade. All right. So America truly is great. Babylon the Great. And it's a wicked, demonic, evil system that we live in. All right. And this is why we need salvation. All right, and I pray that Yahweh Bashem Yahshua keeps us from these evils. And if we do have to, we can endure them. All right. I pray that you brothers were edified. Shalom to the next lesson.